Good evening. Welcome to LettiSpeaks. As you can see, we are on a roll this week. And tonight I am going in to do a 7-card spread. It's called a Celtic cross spread. This spread actually is one of the general favorites. It actually tells you the situation and kind of explains it in a way that makes it clear for those who are resonating with it. And it kind of gives all of the details around the situation as well. And so I am going to do this particular Celtic cross spread, and sometimes it can actually provide a bit of clarity in challenging times where there might be confusion, or there might be things that words can't necessarily describe in the situation. And so it helps to kind of give words, right? The energies brought in through current events could be like for the past 2 to 4 weeks. It could be around the probable future, or doesn't necessarily have to mean there's any type of direction that needs to be taken. These 7 positions reveal like kind of the feelings possibly of those that are resonating. Could show information around the environment. It just gives details around the situation. And so that's what we're going to delve into today. And I have a brand new deck that I'm using. I always get excited about brand new decks. The Urban Tarot, very plain. As you can see, it's very simple. It has the symbols of each element on there. Fire, water, air, earth. And then it also has an infinity symbol as well. So that's going to be the deck that we're using today. Welcome, everyone. My name is Letty. If you are new here, welcome in. Thank you for coming in to check out the channel, to kind of get a feel for the energy. It's really laid back, but we go deep. I'll say that. And so if you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You can hit the bell as well if you want to be notified when new readings are released. If you're returning, welcome back. For the most part, starting out here, we're clear. Hopefully my sinuses don't start running. For some reason, last night, my sinuses began to run really bad, and so it kind of caused me to start sniffling a lot. Hopefully that doesn't happen. So we'll be using a few different decks. We'll be using the Urban Tarot. We'll also be using another one of my favorites, the Clarity Tarot. And then possibly the Wild Unknown Tarot. We'll see where we're being led. And then we may also bring in some oracle messages as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Thank you for stopping by. I hope this message finds you in high spirits. And I always like to say, as you're looking at the different readings and different messages coming in, make sure that you are using your own discretion, your own intuition. Don't try to make the reading fit. It is a general reading. And so parts of it may resonate, parts of it may not. Don't try to make it fit, right? If it doesn't, just leave it. If it does, wonderful. If you would like a personal reading, you can definitely go down to my description box, click on my email or click on my calendar and schedule a reading. That will be more personal for you. And so thank you for stopping by. Let's get started. And we're going to start off with finding out what is the situation. So what is the situation, Spirit? All right, we have our card. Ooh, the situation. Queen of Swords. And this card has very beautiful imagery. On this deck, the Queen of Swords is pictured as a painter, a creative, probably someone who is known to be very detailed, may even have a little bit of perfectionism, that is something that she needs to be aware of, or he. But the Queen of Swords, again, is very precise, very detailed, very action-oriented as well. And so this is bringing in the situation. And I feel like this could be around the need to want to know something. There is a great level of inquisition here. Someone wants to know something. Someone could even be digging in to your, I want to even say your business, your personal information in some type of way, somehow. There could be some questions being asked about you. There is a great desire to know something about someone here. And I believe we're going to clarify with the Wild Unknown Tarot. But as we're talking about the Queen of Swords, I feel like this level of inquiry could be, I feel like the painter, being that this is the image of a painter, it's around some type of art or some type of artistry or some type of expressiveness, this inquiry, right? I can't help but think of someone, when we think of a painter, they're usually very specific, very detailed, right down to minute points of things, right? And so that inquiry could very well be through some type of wanting to know, like, how it is that you do what you do. I almost get the feeling of being watched as well. And being analyzed. The Queen of Swords is very analytical. There's a lot going on here. There's a heavy level of creativity, artistry, which houses a lot of emotion and passion. But at the same time, there's this level of extreme preciseness, extreme energy around analytics and being detailed and very precise and informed, right? But let me get more clarity on this. The situation is the Queen of Swords, Spirit. Go ahead and clarify the Queen of Swords for us. I'm feeling this very inquisitive energy, but at the same time, I don't want to lose the integrity of the deck. This is really, when we look at the Queen of Swords in this deck, the energy is really pitted around creativity. But I feel like it could possibly be, you know, being admired for your creativity in some type of way. But let's see. So we have the Five of Wands and we have the Three of Cups. Also, interestingly, came out the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords. So first off, the Three of Cups definitely gives me the energy of having some type of company, some type of friendship, some type of company, I feel. And then the Five of Wands is like this very scattered feeling, though. It's very indirected, like it's a very scattered feeling, like not really knowing what's happening or what's going on or where this is going. And then we have the Ten of Wands, which is actually the energy of feeling like there's a sense of burden. And then the Ten of Swords, which has that same burdensome feeling, but it's more in thought. It's like melodrama, you know, dragging it out. And so with these four cards coming out, I definitely feel like it could be the energies around you. I don't feel like this is your energy. And if this is someone that is, you know, has copped a squat and is just kind of observing you, right? It's almost making them uneasy as they observe you. It's making them uneasy. But you seem to be, you know, in this very creative energy, very beautiful energy. For whatever it is that you do it well. And it doesn't have to be anything creative like painting. It could just be you doing you. It could be something as simple as knowing how to put, you know, nice colors together. Knowing how to decorate well. Knowing how to ornament things very well. You know, just simple things. Someone sees this about you. Let's see, what could be influencing this situation? Let's take a look at that energy. The Princess of Swords, interesting, which comes in as the activist. And I think this would be like the Page of Swords. And so normally, and as you can see, he's holding the little I forget what they call these, the megaphone in his hand. The Prince of Swords, I think this is the Prince of Swords, the princess. It's actually the Page of Swords, excuse me, but the Page of Swords can represent information coming through, or talk, or even gossip, right? And so that could definitely be what's influencing this situation. There could be lots of talk of some kind, or there could be some type of publication happening. As I see the papers flying, it's almost like newspapers. So there could be some type of publication going on around what it is that you do or where you are. And of course, my nose is starting to get weird. So let's just hope it doesn't get all runny and where I'm sniffling every other second. But the Prince of Swords is, you know, I feel like it's really about information, right? It could be, that could be the influence. There's information going around right now. Yeah, somebody could possibly want answers, as I was stating in the beginning. And I feel like this doesn't have a lot to do with you, but it does. I do get a heavy sense of determination in trying to find something out. And whoever this is incredibly creative in their investigations. Incredibly creative. And whoever this is willing to go down all kinds of rabbit holes to find this information. And they have. Right? This could be, I'm hearing there's information, right, that someone possesses. And someone wants to know how you know or what you know. And it's driving this person mad, right? But anyway, let's keep going. Let's go ahead and clarify the Page of Swords. I think that's why they came up with that saying, when you know, you know, you know. In other words, if you don't know, you just don't know, you know. But if you do know, you just know. All right, let's get some information on the Page of Swords. Why is the Page of Swords the influence? The Page of Swords clarifies the Page of Swords. Okay. I guess we're done here. That pretty much sums it up. And again, we have the Ten of Swords. So this is just driving someone mad. It's driving them mad. Yeah. And so we have that energy doubled, this determination, you know, to find out something, very forceful, very pushy energy, right? And this very well could be just someone in their head trying to figure something out. And it's almost like driving yourself crazy trying to solve a riddle or a plexer or a puzzle. It's that kind of energy. And this is driving someone like to the ends of the earth, you know, and someone could actually have hit rock bottom in pursuit of this. I'm getting that energy as well. It's almost like there has been a total abandon of someone's personal responsibility, someone's personal life as they have pursued you. Right? It's driven them to ruins of their own, you know, business, their own identity, because they have been so over consumed with you. And it's very unfortunate because, like, unless you are benefiting or getting paid, you know, it doesn't really serve you. And maybe they are getting paid. I don't know. I don't know. I want to see what's going on. Like, what is beneath the surface of all of this? What is at the root of what's going on here? This very investigative energy. What is beneath the surface here? Spirit. What is beneath the surface here? We had worry come out. Of course, we know someone's worried. What's beneath the surface here? All right, we have defeat. The 5 of Swords. Maybe someone is feeling defeated by you. We have defeat. Again, Swords energy again. In someone's mind, they are feeling defeated in somehow, some way. Maybe someone was playing some type of game in the background that you knew nothing about. Maybe they were playing some type of game with themselves. But let's see. Definitely, we're looking at this table. It looks like it could be like a poker table, some type of game being played. Swords being drawn. There's the feeling of loss here, of defeat. I get the feeling like someone feels like no matter what they do, they just can't get victory in this situation. And it could go a lot further than just trying to find out information. There could have been like a whole operation going on in the background. Because this is at the root of the situation. We have some type of game being played. And there's some type of betrayal that has happened here through deception, right? We see the swords that have been drawn, right? It's almost like, I almost get the energy of possibly having a team, right? And sometime in the middle of the game, the team actually turns against themselves. And now instead of going against the opponents, now they're fighting each other, you know. Yeah. There's a level of frustration that has set in here because of the efforts that have been unsuccessful. Whatever this was, I feel like there was a level of intelligence that was dependent upon, that actually fell through. Something that didn't pan out the way that it was calculated. And maybe something that wasn't seen quite through far enough. Maybe there were some assumptions that were made that didn't turn out to be correct. And there is still the inability to kind of accept the truth or the reality of what it is. And this may be around the limits that are on whoever this is that's trying to really manipulate the situation through games. And it's really a good time to kind of look in and take a look at our own prejudices, how we prejudge things, and not really looking outside of ourselves for, placing the blame, but actually looking within and finding out the fault of why we feel how we feel right now. I mean, it's self-explanatory, right? First of all, there is the over obsession into something that doesn't have anything to do with this person or these people or whoever this is. And then there is the games that are being played. And then there is the assumption of being able to be successful with these games. And so I want to get more information on this 5 of Swords, the defeated energy. And I've been hearing for the past couple of days, I remember when I lost my mind. Someone could actually be losing their, they could be losing it. All right. So we have the 3 of Pentacles and the Sun, the Page of Wands, the Son of Wands. And I feel like this is almost feels like work energy. Is this someone that you could possibly work with? Let's see. Well, it is collaborative energy. Doesn't mean it has to be at work, but this could be someone that you have been tasked to bring something together with. It could have something to do with a job or a career. Or it could even be the energy that's been poured into this. Somebody being so determined and so focused, right? And it's more than one because we have 3 of Pentacles, right? That means it's more than one, a singular energy. This is a group. It's a group collaboration. And for whoever this is, obviously there was a need to bring others in because there was not the belief that whoever initiated this could do it on their own. So they had to bring others in to collaborate in these efforts. And then this is one of my cards that brings it, like kind of puts feelings, you know, that stifled feeling or that prickly feeling up your back, right? The Son of Wands, very charming energy, very adventurous. It would be the person that everybody would gravitate towards because they're like the life of the party and they know exactly what to say, how to say it, when to say it. It's the person that's tapped into everybody and knows exactly what's needed, right? Very charming energy. But there is cause to be alarmed because it is a snake, right? And so beware, right? There's always a need to beware when we're traveling with snakes because at any point they could bite. They're really unknowable. You know, snakes are considered to be unknowable, right? And we're not talking about in spiritual terms because I know there are spiritual meanings behind snakes. One of them is transformation, you know, being able to shed your skin and be renewed over and over. This is a more practical, down to earth term, right? That's why we call them the snake charmer, right? Because it's someone that is very crafty, beguiling, could be very attractive, very adventurous, you know, very communicative as well. Around this particular type of person or people, you will definitely need to trust your instincts. Because whatever it is that you're seeing is 9 times out of 10 an illusion. And the fact that there was this whole orchestration around the investigation of whoever this is to try to find information, whatever that is, there was a level of convincing to pull people on board. But underneath this investigation, it's someone feeling defeated. There was a game someone was playing that they didn't quite get what they wanted to get out of it. And so there's the feeling of defeat and being conquered. And that they may very well be the reason why there has been this all out, you know, strategy is what I'll call it, to unveil whatever it is here. And it may not even be anything big. It may not be anything top secret or anything like that. This could very well be somebody that's just bored, you know, and don't have anything else to do. That's the energy that I get. It's somebody that's bored with nothing else to do. You ever meet those people who have really lived a full life of doing what they do, and now they're at the point where they no longer find joy in doing it. Now they find joy in seeing others do it and seeing others experience, you know, all of the different perspectives of whatever this is, you know, it's that kind of energy. Let's look and see some more energy around this. This could even be someone who likes to gamble. Someone who likes to sit down at tables and play cards. This could be somebody who likes to give orders as well. And there could be a level of resistance around you, which is drawing this person to you. They want to know like what it is about you that feels like you don't have to fall in line. I'm hearing that as well. And the reason why I say that is because, see, I look at details and there's something that's standing out to me. And so it's almost like she has her own. This feels a lot like a level of identity here. And it is the actual I think it's the water. No, it's not the water sign. It's the earth sign, right? But it's a level of identity here that she has very clearly being stated, you know, and it's almost like she knows who she is. He knows who he is, right? And then here we have that same symbol almost in the same exact way. But it's like, I feel like he wants her symbol. It's not enough to have his own, but there's something about hers that he desires as well. Yeah. And this almost feels like a level of, I don't know. It might have even been taken even further than just desire. Feels very manipulative to me and very crafty. And the word craft is a very interesting word. Spirit is telling me to look that word up. So let me look up the word craft because I'm going to be obedient and listen. The word craft. Y'all know I like words. Even though I know what that means, what I think it means may not always be the full extent of the meaning. Pastime or occupation, a work of physical expression. Remember how I was saying this person could be very bored, pastime or occupation, right? But it's also an activity involving skill in making things, skill used in deceiving others. Wow. Oh, yeah. So there's a level of, you know, cunningness here, beguiling, deceiving. I feel like those that were involved may not have even really understood what it was that they were involved in. Yeah, so I feel like there was actions taken, if you know what I mean. So let me see. Let's find out a little bit. Tell us a little bit about the history for the past couple of weeks, Spirit. What's been happening around this for the last couple of weeks? Help us to look in on what's been going on around this. I guess it would take all three. All three came out. So we have the Tower, the Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Empress. So the Tower, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Empress. And so let's start with the Tower. What's been going on? And we're going to look back over the past couple of weeks here. Of course, the Tower talks about things happening beyond your control. And as you look at this picture, you see what looks like a picture of liberty being drowned underwater. It's almost like a natural disaster, right? Being swallowed. Y'all, I'm not even playing with that right now. And so, but the Tower is coming down. This talks about things changing in a quick way. Right, things changing in a quick way. I can't help but think that this is like the referring to what happened on 9/11, how things changed really quickly with those two twin towers. And not only did they change, but they were never, ever the same. Still haven't got back to where we were before that happened, right? It's a overwhelming change. It's like a tsunami. It's like that feeling that hangs over all of us, right? And it continues to perpetuate. It's been a continuous crisis that we live in since that day, continuously assaulting us every day with new disturbing reports, right? It's almost like new atrocities, new lies, just things coming, the tide continuously rising, swallowing up day by day. Like it's just continuous. It's that kind of energy. So over the past couple of weeks, for whoever this is, things may have been very tumultuous. Even to the point where I feel like this could talk about someone like losing everything. This is crazy. That's crazy. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Usually Pentacles talks about work, and it talks about hard work, very hard work, even to a mastery level. Almost trying to restore something, right? Trying to do like a comeback of some kind. And yeah, it's almost like the energy of putting in double time, triple time, trying to like overcome something. But I feel like this is learning, how to, when we talk about mastery, there's lots involved in mastery. It's not just doing, but it's actually the energy of cultivating. It's learning while you're doing. It's learning through caution. It's learning certainty. It's learning like how to take time and check what you're doing thoroughly. It's learning how to be prepared and how to set things up and possibly even have a plan B if plan A doesn't work. It's finding all these, it's learning even through failure, and coming back afterwards, redoing it. And so the learning is taking place in every step of this mastery. And so for someone, I feel like it's in response to everything that's happening right now over the past 2 weeks. For someone, this could be trying to overcome loss. For someone else, this could be you mastering your gift. It depends on what side of the coin you're on. It could be someone not only mastering their gifts, but in response to past situations, it's almost cultivating a different experience that would lead away from everything associated with what's still happening in the background. And so depending on where you have chosen to place your energy, it could be working for you, it could be working against you. Depends on what side of the coin you're on. So for the past couple of weeks, there has been hard work, but it depends on what has been the intention behind what that has been being poured into. And then we have the Empress here, which has very nurturing energy, very fertile energy. So I don't know if this is somebody that's raising kids. On top of everything else, there's the taking care of children in some type of way. There's nurturing going on here for someone. Because this is mothering energy. That is very weird. Yeah. I want to get some clarity on these last cards that came out. I'm going to start with the Empress. So when we talk about the last couple of weeks, what's been happening? Would you clarify the Empress for us, Spirit? So why is the Empress here for the last couple of weeks? Ooh. So the Hierophant and the Seven of Swords for the Empress. Now, the Hierophant actually is for me, has actually been a very spiritual card. But it also serves as like a leader, someone who is excelling in knowledge and wisdom and stature. A mentor or a teacher. Someone seeking knowledge. So the Empress, clarified by the Hermit or the Hierophant, and the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords is very secretive, very self-interested. It's very protected. Something sneaky. So someone's possibly over the past couple of weeks have been learning something on the under, has been acquiring knowledge secretly. They may have a desire to learn something, but not feel confident to do it in the open. So why is the Eight of Pentacles here? Why is the Eight of Pentacles here, Spirit? And that jumped out. Okay. So we have the Star and the Father of Wands. So the Star, I feel like, is definitely talking about being directed, being led to a place where you will find more peace of mind, more peace, even to be more encouraged, more hope. So for those on the positive side of this coin, these are possibly the experiences that you are having. The hard work that you're putting in is leading you to more hope, more inspiration, more creativity, even to feel more inspired in your creativity, more comfortable in yourself, in your creative shoes. It's just building you up more and more to be more confident and more in yourself as you're doing this. It's like you're recognizing that this is who you are without a shadow of a doubt. And for you, this could definitely be the learning of more wisdom and the need to actually see beyond yourself, right? Instead of like sneaking around to feel like you have to sneak to learn it, you could be actually planting things with what it is that you're learning. You could actually be acting as like a universal source that's giving out what it is that you are receiving. I want to clarify this Tower. The Empress came out again. Wow. This time with the Ten of Wands. So maybe somebody also sees you as the Empress, right? Maybe someone sees you very much in this motherly light. Someone could possibly want to create something with you. Someone sees you very connected to nature. And for the past couple of weeks, maybe this is what they have been receiving as they've been investigating, right? Very interesting. But the Ten of Wands does talk about burdens, difficulties, blockages. And so for some, this could have been like ways where they have possibly been blocked, right, from getting whatever it is that they have been trying to receive through this investigation, right? But it has a lot to do with the Empress and possibly seeing you as this very nurturing source, this very nurturing energy. So I feel like depending on what side of the coin you are on, the experience over the past couple of weeks could be and feel very different. A tower for one person could be, you know, a surprise. All of a sudden things changing and never ever being the same. For someone else, it could be also a surprise of destruction, of things just falling apart, right? To the point where they're unreservable. They're unfixable. They're even unnoticeable. And not everything can be hidden, right? We may even think we're doing a really good job of hiding things, but not everything can be hidden. Let's see. Let's see what's showing on the outside. So what is evident, Spirit? What is being shown on the outside? Spirit says take these three, so I'm going to take them. And so we have the Emperor. We have the Hierophant, and we have Luxury. And so immediately by looking at these cards, I feel like what's being shown is, number one, a level of control, or the Emperor really talks about this level of leadership. The ability to lead, right? It talks about a position of having power and control. But with power comes great responsibility. It's not just about having, you know, this level of authority over people, but it's about doing the right thing too. As well as with the Hierophant, there's also that same energy, put a little spiritual twist on there. And we are really talking about the same energy. It's about leadership. It's about leading people in the right direction. And then we also have Luxury, though. And so this could allude to being very plenteous, or I'm going to even use the word wealthy, right? And so this is what's showing on the outside. This is what's showing on the outside: power, influence, and, you know, this energy around money or wealth. But as you can see, this looks very much like a politician. Now, need I say more? Need I say more? Right? It's not about what you say, but It's more about what you do. And for those of us that have had to learn the hard way, we look at what people do, not what they say, right? What they say is important, but is it going to align with your actions, or is it just empty speech? And so the emperor is also known to be like a father in a sense, right? He is like this strong masculine image, right? That's wise and that's just, that's able to, provide protection and provide good instruction, very stable and unmoving. And definitely high standards as well, and ethics and morality. And the Hierophant, which is right next to him, is a lot of the same, but it adds a level of spirituality to that. So the Hierophant is bringing in a level of conscious around this power that is held, right? It's the bring in the level of responsibility, not only to self, but even to those around us. So whereas the emperor is being viewed as the politician, right? And not all politicians are bad, but I'm just saying, in the scheme of what we know it to be, this is what it looks like, And then we have the Hierophant, which looks like the priest, the nobleman, the one who actually is very conscious and aware and connected, to his conscious as it pertains to what he's been given, the power and the authority that he holds. This is representative of many of the institutions that we see. When I say institutions, I mean like the pillars of society: church, family, government, schools, hospitals, things that stand to be major points of stability. Like without them, there would be no stability. And so for whoever this is, the picture that's being placed up for everyone to see is just that, right? What I'm describing here. Someone who is very plugged in, and without them, there may be the thought that maybe things would be hard or difficult or even unimaginable. So whoever this is paints a really good picture of who they are. And then with the Four of Cups, we're talking about a level of stability and security. Yeah. And so I feel like this is the actual, what it looks like from the outside looking in, right? For whoever this is. This is what shows on the outside. Whether that is true, would be, But I want to see what's coming towards us in the future here. Let's see, what can we expect? Let's say 2 to 4 weeks out as it pertains to this situation. And I guess I'm just picturing the energies around you. I'm going to back up a little bit because this could actually be your energy as well, right? That's why I can't necessarily say that it's false, because it could actually be I'm not feeling like imposter syndrome or anything. I'm feeling like the energies that are being shown, like for someone looking in at this situation, whether they're looking at you or whether they're looking at these energies around you, it could very well look like this, any of these. Whether they are true, whether they are not, that's what is being seen. Okay. Then I want to find out what is coming in the next couple of weeks. Uh-oh. I guess I'll take those. So we have the 3 of Cups. And then we have the Princess of Pentacles. So the 3 of Cups talks about abundance. And then the Princess of Discs, which is the Princess of Pentacles, talks about the kindergarten teacher. Very interesting. So what's coming up shortly here? And so the 3 of Discs, I feel like, is very plain, like abundance. For someone, there could be a level of, or actually, that's not the 3 of Discs. That's the 3 of, what is that? The 3 of Wands? Let me see. The 3 of Wands. Yeah, that's the 3. No, that's the 3 of Cups. Yeah, because they're toasting. So the 3 of Cups. And so in the next couple of weeks, I feel like for whoever this is, you could be actually pulling together with friends, possibly family. There seems to be some type of coming together, even possibly celebration. Yeah. You could be going out to a restaurant and have dinner. You could be toasting to an occasion, right? Celebrating in some type of way. Let's see what this 3 of Cups is. Now, the actual, I think that would be the Queen. I'm going to say this is the Queen of Pentacles. Almost like the caretaker of everything that grows, right? Kind of like the Queen of Pentacles. She's like the epitome of balance in nature and groundedness, stability, endurance, determination. She understands her position, right? Just like the kindergarten teacher. It's like, I have to take care of myself so that I am in right standing to take care of everyone depending upon me. She surrounds herself with everything that represents growth and life and creativeness. Right? And she's released herself, even from perfection. As you look at this card, she has a smock on, but it hasn't protected her from getting, dirty. But she's okay with that. She understands that that comes along with the position. But I feel like she represents, moving forward in the future, this position that you'll sit in. I feel like for someone, there's going to be a level of advancement, promotion, celebration. Let's see. So what is this Three of Abundance coming up here in the future? The Three of Abundance. We have the Sun. We have the Hanged Man. And we have the Six of Cups. And I think we have mentioned the Sun quite a few times, which talks about this very enlightened energy, very vitalized energy, an energy that is very fulfilled. Full of life force and radiance, happiness. Very beautiful energy. Now, the Hanged Man is actually an energy that talks about giving yourself an opportunity to release everything that's ready to be released so that you can usher in new. It's stopping everything to release everything and make room for the new. It's almost like an act of sacrifice, right? It's time to do some spring cleaning. It's time to take account of what hasn't been used and let it go. Being non-attached. Being non-attached. And the Six of Cups, I feel like, is this, that could very well be the energy ushering in this release, right? It is history, past, memories, it's childhood, anything that would represent memories, right? Some of them are fun, some of them may not. But anything that's not serving you, from the past, that would surface every now and then in your memories. I feel like this is saying we're letting it go and we're trading it in for something new, for something better, for something with more worth. So coming up shortly here, you may find yourself in that energy where you're reassessing what's serving you. And let's find out about this Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, so we have the Eight of Wands and then the Ten of Wands. So I feel like you're quickly moving in this new, up towards this new position here. In the next couple of weeks, you may find yourself taking on more responsibility, taking on different responsibilities. Quickly. The Eight of Wands talks about quick change, quick movement. There could even be very well things that you have waited to be able to do. Things within yourself that you've waited to be able to utilize. In the next couple of weeks, I feel like that may very well happen for you. So you may be putting on a little show for somebody over this next couple of weeks. Not that you're trying to, you're just living your life, but it seems like some people around you may look at you as entertainment. So who was that said, let's give them something to talk about, right? Let's see. So we looked at what was felt on the outside. I want to look at what's felt on, what's behind that shell. So we saw the Emperor energy, the Hierophant, and luxury. But what's being felt underneath the surface? We took a look at future energies and past energies. Let's find out what's being felt. Not the mask that we're wearing or what we're showing the world, but in this situation with those involved, what is being felt? Let's see. What is being felt underneath? Okay. We have the Hangman, which is very interesting. As you can see, it almost looks like a Joker upside down. And I guess we can definitely take this two ways as well. For someone, this could represent like this could represent a time of taking a break, as we just discovered here, like taking a break to reassess what's going on around you, what's definitely going on within you, to get a more clear perspective. Right? It's taking the time to reassess. It's giving yourself space to stop and breathe and chew on the reality, to make room for a greater level of wisdom. It's going down into the deep recesses of your being to find truth and clarity. Yeah. On the other hand, this could represent being stuck or having to wait, feeling stagnated as well. It could represent being willing or being made to separate yourself from that which you once held so dearly, and having to watch that being pulled away from you. But the good thing about that is it's being replaced with something that's much more valuable. It's being replaced with wisdom. And so beneath the surface, there is a lot happening. There's a lot that's being realized with everyone involved here. This hanged man means different things for everybody. Yeah. For some, it could mean unlearning some things and choosing a better way. For some, it could mean giving up, letting go, accepting the death of who you thought you were. Yeah. Let's see, I want to clarify it. It's a hard pill to swallow sometimes. But this is a perfect time for surrender. When the hangman comes along, it's a perfect time for surrender. Otherwise, you may find yourself in a 10-year process that was only supposed to take you 30 days. What is this hangman in this situation for the feelings underneath? Yeah, truth coming in. The Daughter of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Truth coming in, reality setting in, the aha moment. The realization of truth. There's no better time for truth than when it arrives. It's the honest, insightful moment that comes in and causes us to see ourselves clearly. This is a moment where there is no more denying or shirking off, right? Everything has happened to cause us to stop and take a look, a real good look. We may even notice small details about what could have been done different or could have been done better, or things that we could have done different at this point. But we get to decide at this point how we will perceive the decisions we've made and the experiences we've had. Will we turn them into wisdom? Will we turn them into forward movement as we make different decisions? Or will we hold on to them and become spiteful and judgmental? Either way, it still remains true. Yeah. All right, and I want to take a look. So I want to see how everyone is viewing themselves. And so I'm going to start off with the Queen of Swords. Since you are the center of this reading, how are you feeling about yourself? Spirit, how is the Queen of Swords feeling about themselves? All right, we have the I think this is the Six of Pentacles. I'm still learning these cards, and so please forgive me as I'm learning as we are discussing these. Yeah, it is the Six of Pentacles. Or no, it's not. Oh my goodness, how did I not? So this is actually the Six of Wands, or the I think it's the Six of Cups. No, it's actually the Six of Pentacles, as I said. Yeah, it's the Six of Pentacles. Okay, and so the Six of Pentacles talks about success. So as the Queen of Wands, the center focus of this reading, you are actually feeling quite successful. Right? This person is stopping to get their shoes shined, like paying attention to every detail, even their feet. Like that's the kind of energy that you are in. You are attentive to every part of yourself. Right? You could very much be successful right now in your career. You could be overcoming. Pentacles also talks about health. So you could be at tip-top health right now, or overcoming any type of health situations. But I don't feel like you're worried about anything right now. You're very stable, very comfortable as well. And I don't feel like it's I have everything that I need kind of energy. Six of Pentacles talks about this very reciprocal energy. For who I'm talking about, you are someone who considers themselves fortunate. And so there is a level of what it is that you have that you intentionally give out with intention. That's part of the personal success that you cultivate for yourself. This sense of generosity to those who may be less fortunate than you. Yeah. And so you feel very successful right now. Yeah. Let's find out about those that are around you. For those who are around you, possibly those who are in this very observant, investigative type of energy, what energy are they in right now? What energy are they in right now, Spirit? Okay, that's it. Let's get the energy here. What energy are they in right now, Spirit? Okay. Debauch. Very pretty card. So this is actually the Seven of Cups. Interesting. So they are in the Seven of Cups energy. And so debauch. So that's short for debauchery, right? Oh my goodness. What the heck? These are interesting cards, y'all. I have to look up another word because I got to get this. I like to get these words right. So if I'm not mistaken, debauchery means, does it mean, I'm trying to see, what does that mean? Like beheading? Debauchery. I'm looking it up. Give me 1 second. Debauchery. Oh, okay. So it's not beheading. I'm thinking of something else. Okay, so debauchery means extreme indulgence in bodily pleasures and especially sexual pleasures. Behavior involving sex, drugs, alcohol, etc. That's often considered immoral. Debauchery. Ooh. So that is the energy that these people are in, or this person. Debauch. And so as you can see, we have the drinks here of different colors. I can't help but think of what's going on in the news right now, like with the stars, how they have these big lofty parties where anything and everything goes. And sometimes it's not until later down along the line that this stuff is released and exposed, because these parties are, I think they're called like black parties or something like that, meaning it's under the grid, it's undercover. Like, unless you have an invite, no one knows. And if you've been keeping up with the news lately, as people have been getting busted and raided, right? We have an idea of like what those parties consist of. It's actually quite sickening. And it's unimaginable, like what people are willing to do to experience things that I don't know. I'm just going to stop right there. I'm not even going to go on with it. But this right here is yelling poison to me. It's yelling poison. Seven of Cups. It's yelling poison. And it's the intention behind it, that is madness. And this is the energy that the investigation is under, right? Whoever that represents for you. And so if there ever is a time where you end up coming together, if you know who this energy represents, it's important that you be careful. It's important because if you look at this card really clearly, like it's talking about poison. You see the green slime floating above the lake, right? It almost looks Mardi Gras-ish, but then there's elements in here that suggest something else. Even the drinks themselves look crystallized, like it looks more like chemicals than it does actual beverages. It almost feels like a very corrupted, unbalanced energy. And it almost speaks to this very, the energy of like power, irresistible allure, you know, false and fleeting pleasure that's glittering and exciting, but at the same time, very ultimately self-destructive. You know, seeking fun and escape through, you know, any and every avenue. But it's short-lived. It doesn't last. There's no lasting, you know, no lasting experience there. It's short-lived. And it leads many times to something that even erodes from the inside out. Now, I'm not saying that it's not, you know, wise to be able to just go out and have a good time, you know, but it's making sure that it's not at the expense of your conscience. Making sure it's not at the expense of your conscience, right? If it has to be a black party, one must ask, why does it need to be under the radar or secretive, right? Because I found that even in my own life, like the more that I indulge in things that go against my conscience, it's almost like the more you do it, the more you want to do it. It's almost like you give over your power. You know, every time that you decide to do it, the more power you're giving over, the more you're losing, you know, that sense of control over yourself. And it's not the fact that you're doing it, it's the fact that you're doing something that's even against your own conscience. That's why it has to be in the dark or undercover or this very, you know, secretive, forceful thing. You know, why else would you need to sneak anything into someone's drink? You know, it's that kind of energy. And so that's the energy that they are in. It's very elusive energy, very deceptive energy. Looks like fun, but it's actually deadly. And that is how they are feeling about themselves. And that's how you are feeling about yourself. I'm going to even be nosy and find out what's happening in their environment. Let's take a look. Oh, we are at 1 hour and 40 minutes, y'all. I tell you, I'll be trying to just get this stuff over with, but it always ends up being these long, drawn-out messages. Why? Why, though? Okay. So what's going on in the environment? going on in the environment? All right, so we have I feel like this is the Judgment. I'm going to clarify that though. The Judgment. Yeah, this is the Judgment, but it's called the Aeon in this deck, the number 20. And it actually is a number, 20 is a number of awakening. So I'm going to just take one card instead of doing two, one for the Queen of Swords and one for the investigation. So this could mean different things depending on which side of that coin you are on. And the Judgment is really about seeing yourself. As you can see, there is a reflection in that. Looks like a memorial that's happening. You know, sometimes there's large groups of people that pass, and so they make this large memorial where the names are printed. That's what it looks like. And it's shiny, and so it offers a reflection. And so the Judgment is about seeing yourself. Seeing yourself in everything that you've experienced, seeing your life in a greater capacity, even in a greater cycle as it pertains to time. It's taking a good look at where you are in this space and this time, right? And as it relates even to history, and trying to see yourself in the eyes of those that came before you. This could possibly have something to do with ancestors. And this could possibly have something to do with you one day being an ancestor as well. So this is about those who came before you, looking at you through your history being made right now, and then those who are coming after you. Now, in the normal Rider and Waite deck, the Judgment card shows someone rising from the dead, and it's showing people rising up from their graves on what looks like Judgment Day. This card calls us to take a look at what it is that we've done with our time on this planet, in this space, right? And to ask ourselves, like, what will it be like when we finally come face to face with the Creator, when it's time for us to actually transcend into another season of our existence. And notice I said existence, not life. We're in this life, but we're in an ever-going existence, right? And so it's asking about recognizing the continuous cycle that we are in, or that we could actually call infinity, right? Time is just a concept, it's a construct, right? And it really is not reality, right? And eternity is reality. And it's just a reminder that when we are face to face with judgment, it's not according to anything other than by what we do, by what we leave behind for the generations to come? What will you leave behind? That's a question to all of us, no matter which side of this coin you're on. What are you leaving behind? And I can ask that question from many different perspectives. I can ask it from a spiritual perspective. What are you leaving behind spiritually? Is it something worth picking up and carrying forward? Or is it going to be something that will be hidden, purposefully hidden, and cause embarrassment and shame? What are we leaving behind emotionally as we interact with others, right? Understanding that we are weaving the very fabric of those that will come after us, the very fabric of their lives, the very karma, like that we will pass on to them. What are we leaving behind? Is it going to be bushels of things that will need to be healed? Bushels of pain for our children and our grandchildren and the lines that after us? Is it going to be lots of hardship and things that they'll need to heal through suffering, right? What are we leaving behind? A lot of us are really concerned about, being able to pass down something, physically, like houses and cars and money, and that's okay too. But what happens when we become so wounded through the generation that we don't even get to experience the joy of having those things? What good is having those things when you can't enjoy it because you don't have the peace of mind? You're busy trying to heal and trying to have peace, right? What good are those things? What are you leaving behind? I feel is what this card is asking. As we take a look at our environment, how we're living, the purpose behind how we're living, and what we're choosing to live for. It's very relevant. What do we hold at the center of our heart? I'm going to get clarity on this. Just because I want to know. So why is the Judgment here for the environment? The Fool. And the Star. Oh my goodness. Wow. Now, I feel like the Fool is actually giving an opportunity to recognize where we are in this moment in time. And as we step forward from this message, it's almost like you have the opportunity to decide how you will move forward. The Fool talks about a very innocent, a new path. And it talks about spontaneity. It even talks about a little bit of rebellion to a certain extent, where everybody is expected to go a certain way. You decide for yourself to set your own path. because it's your journey. It's not about what is being said or expected from others. It's about you setting your own tracks, setting the tracks that's going to lead you to a place of peace of mind and a place where you can actually feel and experience and believe that there is a hope. Despite being in a dark sky, there is a hope. And that hope is you. You are the star that shines on the future, is what I'm hearing. And it's never too late. As long as you have blood flowing warm in your veins, you can make a different decision. All right. That's for somebody. All right. And so let's see. We're going to get 2 cards and then we're going to clear it up with the conclusion. So through all of this, what was the whole point of it? Like, what was hoped for? Or what was feared? What is the point of all of this? What was somebody hoping to gain? The 8 of indolence. The 8 of cups, maybe. That's what somebody was hoping to gain. And what was the fear present in this situation? What was the fear behind all of this? The fear was the Ace of Wands. Now, first of all, the 8 of Cups in the regular Rider-Waite decks talks about moving away from, very unpeaceful territory, moving towards higher ground, walking away from what no longer serves you, moving towards higher ground. That was in hopes, right? So somebody was hoping to be able to move possibly towards you, maybe, towards where you are. And maybe there is the desire to make a change, because usually the 8 of Cups talks about moving towards higher ground, moving towards higher levels of success and accomplishment, setting higher goals for yourself. And that was the hopes, right? So maybe that's why there has been this level of watching. Maybe there is some level of inspiration that you gave someone, you birthed in someone. And maybe they were feeling that there was a level of inspiration that you were pouring out that would give them the desire to change or to move in a different direction. Because 8 of Cups talks about moving in a different direction. That's the hope that came out. Someone wanted to move in a different direction, move in a different way. Yeah. Now the fear came through as the Ace of Wands, which is interesting because the Ace of Wands is like the element of fire. It's passion, it's drive, it's idealism. It's that thing that fuels our spirit and tells us like it's time to step up. But that came through as the fear. So it's almost like there was a fear of stepping out and making a difference or doing something different. Even tapping into like this raw sense of potential. And so I'm getting the energy like someone wanted to change, but they feared that exact change. Someone wanted to make a change, but when it came time to walk through the door of change, there wasn't enough conviction to do it. So we're going to clarify this Eight of Cups and this Ace of Wands. So why was the Eight of Cups and the Ace of Wands in the fear and the hopes? Seven of Swords and the Page of Cups. And so I feel like this is telling me that with the Seven of Swords, it's almost like there is a level of deceiving. Like somebody felt like they were deceiving themselves if they felt like this would ever, be something that they could do or be something that could work. Tapping into the softer side of who they are, that creative, emotional side, that romantic, artistic, inspired side that, the dreamer lives in. It's almost like someone was afraid to allow themselves to go there. There was like the fear of being seen as soft or vulnerable. And so in order to hush that inspiration, I feel like someone secretly caused themselves to allow their ego to take the driver's seat. Instead of submitting to their heart, they allowed their ego to take the driver's seat in order to protect themselves. Here with the Seven of Swords, they felt a level of vulnerability. They felt exposed. And that's why there was like the fear of what would happen if they allowed themselves to go towards this part of their being. The fear of being ostracized, right? And this is the reason why the Eight of Cups came out in the hopes. They hoped to move away. And why the Ace of Wands came out in the fear. But there was a fear of that new beginning, of that change, of submitting to that new way that was pulling tugging at the heartstrings of whoever this is. I feel like that the Queen of Wands was very much inspiring. Whatever it was that you were doing or that you are doing is very inspiring. But at the end of the day, like, we all have to be responsible for our own decisions. Whereas you took those energies and you allowed them to come in and cause change. Those energies were very intimidating for someone else. All right, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, and with the outcome. I want to know what is actually going to be the influence of the outcome here. The greatest influence for the outcome here, whatever that's going to be. So we have the Fool and the Two of Wands in reverse. And these are the greatest influences for the outcome here. Excuse me, I was hoping I wasn't going to be sniffling and snorting. So I feel like in the end, when it's all said and done, the greatest influence for the outcome is I almost get the energy with the Fool of starting something again, starting from scratch, or heading out, starting from the beginning. And let's see. And then the Two of Wands talks about wanting to control or have dominion or dominate others. But it's in the reverse. And so the reverse would say that there was the lack of being successful here. And so the outcome is, and then I turned over the card. It looks like the card on the bottom was the Prince of Swords, the Hacker. And so for whoever this is, I feel like they will continue to do what they're doing, right? Not much has changed because there is no courage to change. And so the whatever is happening here will continue. I feel like you'll go on living your life and they'll go on doing what they're good at. Instead of changing self, right? They will want to find ways to try to dominate someone else. But the Two of Wands is in reverse, so they won't be successful. And continue to look around instead of taking that energy and that desire to want to dominate and control others, and actually pour that into their own lives and develop and live an intention-based life. Not understanding that that is where the satisfaction is going to come from. It's making the commitment to yourself to be the very best and to do whatever is needed to be the very best, right? Not trying to take the easy way out, but actually being willing to step out and take chances and make change and grow and learn, right? But I almost feel like this energy is just non-relenting. They're non-relenting. And so whatever. And so unfortunately, it feels like they're going to continue. Yeah, it feels like they're going to continue. Because the Prince of Wands talks about the hacker. And it almost feels like there is the energy of still stalking, right? And it may be from the electronics, right? It could be tapping into your devices, right? Because it's all about information, right? This person feels like information is everything. And so in the pursuit for answers, right? Again, what we started out with, that very resourceful, creative, clever energy. There's the determination there, unfortunately. And so what I would say with this is you keep living your best life and let them watch. Let them watch. I'm going to get one last card for advice. What is the advice here? Because we know that we just learned a lot, but it just brought us right back to what we knew in the beginning. Like nothing is going to change. These people, this person will still continue. Unsuccessfully, though. So what is in the advice for my viewer? The Queen of Swords. We have the universe. I love this. So she's walking up the stage, right? She's walking up the stairs like she's walking on the stage in her high heels. She's all dressed up, right? Staying balanced, moving forward. And so the advice, this is actually the World card. It's the last card in the Major Arcana. And it actually completes the journey, right, from beginning to end. And it brings you to a place where you've learned all the lessons along the way, and you are wise and able to integrate all those lessons into your life. You may have started out as very naive and wandering, unsure, but now you are experienced and you have the whole world at your hands. The world is your oyster. The world is your oyster. This may even talk about traveling. And so I feel like Spirit wants you, again, to continue even more so to grow in ways that you can live your best life. Allow yourself to be fully absorbed in the truths that you have learned. Be at peace with everything, the universe. Be at peace with yourself. Be comfortable in who you are and your knowledge and in your learning, because the beginning of knowledge is knowing that we haven't learned anything yet. So keep learning and be eager to see what lies ahead. And understand that you are the star of your universe. So that is my message for you this evening. And lastly, I would also add to be careful, because as I stated, some of these energies here was kind of concerning. And so though we are protected, we do need to walk with wisdom and always be on guard. Keep your protection up. Keep your eyes open. Be very discerning. Use your intuition, right? Make sure you vet people. And so it's real out there. It's real. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this. I hope this has spread some insight on your situation. If you resonated with anything, feel free to comment. I love comments. Make sure you like. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the bell so that you'll be notified when new readings come out. Thank you so much for allowing me to read you and share the energy for this evening. Until next time, take care of yourself and know that this is really for entertainment purposes. If it doesn't resonate, even if it does resonate, use your intuition, use your higher judgment, and make sure that you take care of yourself and stay grounded. And if you'd like a personal, more one-on-one experience with me, you are welcome to tap that email, tap my calendar down below. I'm more than happy to set up a time and a space for you, okay? Thank you for stopping by again. It's been Letty Speaks. Until next time, bye.